never runs cold, 'cause comes from the fire made of gold. True love never runs cold, yeah, 'cause comes from the fire made of gold.
Peace, Black Power. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV. I'm here with the mighty Dread. Brother, I want to ask you what I've been asking people, the importance of our brother and Baba, Dr. Ben, who has made his transcendence. What has been his importance to you?
Well, first let me say Black Power. Let me say peace to Dr. Ben's memory, Hotep. He's an ancestor now. He's good. But Baba Ben has meant so much to me. Along with Dr. John Henry Clark and Ivan Van Sertima and Sheikh Anta Diop, I call those brothers the four pillars of my consciousness. You know, and he was the last one standing. 97 years old, and he struggled and fought for our people for close to 70 years. Brother could have went and taught at any university in this city, in this country, and made white man money. And y'all know what I mean by that. But he chose to stay with his people. He was committed. He was a man who loved his people, who loved his community, and because of Dr. Ben and those others that I mentioned, is because of is the reason my consciousness is where it's at.
I agree, brother, as well. He was first and foremost. I think he was the first brother that just basically taught and dispelled the myth that Egyptian civilization was white.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, the fact that, you know, I was a kid born in the 60s, so I saw, you know, the movies with Cleopatra, Rock Hudson, and Elizabeth Taylor, and thinking that Egyptians were white people, and did all these wonderful things. And then learning about men like Dr. Ben, who said, without a shadow of a doubt, that Kemet, which is his proper name, is a black nation. It was a black land built by African people, us. You know, and that changed my worldview. It's more than just being a black man in America. You have to have a worldview. And Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and those others that I mentioned earlier helped shape my worldview. We are African people and we're global people. Dr. Ben is, in my opinion, the greatest, and I don't want to say Egyptologist because that's a Greek word, I'm going to say chematologist that's ever lived, in my opinion.
Beautiful. Thanks, Dre. Thank you.
Man, Black Power. Listen, bro. It's a pleasure, man. Anytime, man.
Peace, Black Power. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV, House of Consciousness. Once again, here's my absolute pleasure to be here with my mighty big brother, Sankofa. I got one question in particular, brother. Talk about the post-debate.
Oh, talk about the post-debate?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the debate was good. In fact, I haven't done an interview with you since the last time at the debate.
Right.
And I was, you know, it's just basically, it wasn't even through with the whole debate at that point. And I was telling you how the debate was strong, both sides were bringing information, you know, they were passionate, you know what I mean? Now Valley definitely took that debate. That's just my opinion, opinion of most people, especially if you do research anyway. So, you know, but the post-debate is one thing I can say is I seen it's been going off. I thought it was called the final showdown.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I knew there would never be no final showdown with that, but that's what they called it.
Right.
The final showdown. And it seems like since then, there's been a lot more responses. A lot more people have been coming out with information that supposedly either couldn't be presented because of the time constraints at the initial debate, or because regardless if they would have had enough time or not, there would have never. It's a never-ending debate that's going to, it's going to be a back and forth thing that goes on for a little bit longer than what people think it is. You know what I mean? It's the hot topic right now and all that. But I think the Hebrew Israelites know, most groups, most of them that believe in that concept idea or have an inclination to that belief system, that they did not win that debate. They're not really confident that they did. The reason why I say that, just from my observation, is because I recall that when they believed that they won the debate against my brother Polite back in November of 2013, excuse me, most of the Hebrew Israelites, you know, it was unanimous that, you know, they won.
Right.
And they didn't come out with no debate, with no videos afterwards, back and forth after the debate, trying to still prove their point. They just said that they won the debate, and that was that. When Sarah Sutin said he supposedly lost the debate to Brother Nazi, which was a great debate. Both sides brought that fire. It was Nazi's introduction, as far as to my knowledge, first, and he did his thing. Most people, the overwhelming viewpoint was that the Hebrew Israelites, because him being a representative of that specific belief system or spiritual system, that he won. There was no debates or videos followed up after that on the same magnitude as now after the debate with Kemet on trial, as before when the Hebrew Israelites supposedly won those debates, and they were confident that they did with no question about it. It seems like since this one, a lot more Hebrew Israelites have been coming out. It's been going back and forth. It was the final showdown. I believe if they really felt that they won that debate and there was nothing else to prove, they wouldn't be trying to still prove their point far after the debate, still with not enough sufficient evidence to back up most of their claims.
Right.
And after the debate, we say the post-it debate, but it's beyond debates. You know what I mean? Debates are good. Debates, as I always say, are a necessity, because what it does is it brings people together, and in that gathering what we do is we put our body of information in the form of a presentation, a body of that, to basically try to exemplicate to people what it is that we ought to do with this certain specific topic, subject matter, as far as what is the resolution out of it. We don't really deal with resolution type of things. We like to have the debates, and then the debates, and then we go in there, we're in contrast with each other, you have divisiveness amongst one each other, agents amongst motherfuckers. I mean, it's just crazy, you know what I mean? So I believe that these debates are good, but we also need to start to balance the debates with certain initiatives on principled unity. You know what I mean? Because we talk about revolution, but we need resolution. We have to stop thinking like resolutionaries. Okay? Because there can't be no real revolution without a real resolution behind that as a blueprint. You know what I mean? And there's many of them to throw on the table and discuss. Maybe we should have to discuss more about those things, even sometimes. Not just only dogma or ideology, even though it is necessary, becomes redundant, you know what I mean? And therefore, it keeps us, it becomes more divisive or counter revolutionary, you know what I'm saying, as far as it relates to unification or principled unity, you know what I mean? But the debate, nonetheless, it stimulates thought. A lot of people who never were paying attention to this kind of information before are now being in tune and inclined to want to see what the brothers have to say next on Baba TV, on Sarnetta TV, which provides the platform for a lot of brothers out here who, you know what I mean, otherwise wouldn't be heard on the same level, on the vast level that it is, you know what I mean, wouldn't be having access to this knowledge, wouldn't be interested in this information. So, the fact that people are thinking, people are evaluating, people are checking out the teachers who are here and otherwise, and starting to read books and starting to really inquire about information, how they can go about getting the same information that they see us talking about when we're here on Baba TV or Sarnetta TV, you know what I mean? So I like that aspect of what this is doing, that platform. I mean, there's controversy out there anyway. Our people watch the TV show Empire, which I ain't going front. It's a very interesting show, you know what I mean? It's very entertaining, the concept. It's going to keep you intrigued and wondering what's going to happen next. Our people love drama. Most people do in the world, period. But I'm talking about us. Our people love drama. You know what I'm saying? And the scandal that comes with it and stuff like that. We also got to look at the machination or scheme, or really the objective behind not just Empire, but that and the like, certain kind of shows and certain kind of projection or portrayal of black people that is kind of consistent, predominantly wise in entertainment, a consistent perspective of us, and anytime we can be a successful or popular or big actor, or the biggest time in our careers is when we're showing ourselves in the most divisive, destructive, materialistic, homosexualized kind of way. You know what I mean? That gets a lot of attention, and you got to understand how socially that can be engineered You know what I mean? And how that has an impact on masses because of image and motion and media and sound bites and the way it's portrayed to you. You know what I'm saying? With the concepts and ideas and the screenwriters has a certain kind of hypnotic effect on people. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand like TV shows like that and the like, even though it is entertainment. And I watch it. I watch it because I was a revolutionary minded anyway. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not going to have an impact on me. Not to say that it would on you because you're not revolutionary minded or what have you. But I'm just saying for the masses of people that watch these kind of shows, especially the youth, the kind of seed that is being planted in their mind socially, how they look at success, power, and the betrayal of black people, how anytime we're really in the media getting any kind of attention or getting really high accolades or getting high acclaim, you know what I'm saying, as it pertains to entertainment, Hollywood, TV, and stuff like that, is when we're at our most scandalous, lowest, debased, you know what I'm saying, kind of materialistic type of portrayal, predominantly. Not to say that those things don't exist, and we should never show that, but there's not a counterbalance with enough positive imagery and intellectual properties of what we can produce as people, not enough the right way on the same or equal level as that. So there's a counterbalance, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? If debates are good, research is always good, you know what I mean? Economics, man, check on my man Polite, he's doing his thing, you know what I mean? And with that is going to come a lot of hate, you know what I mean? Not because of him, because of the lights. Because we already hate each other anyway. Doesn't matter if you have material money, if you have a rich with knowledge, no matter what you're doing, that divisive element is already there because people don't understand the psychological effect of slavery still permeates and it's still here. It is still real, you know what I mean? And you can see it every day in the way we interact with each other. Sometimes it's the energy you feel and see in one another's eyes when we look at each other, you know what I mean? So even when we get these knowledge and we start to wear feathers or unks or six-pointed stars, or no matter what you wear or don't wear, or how your perspective is, that commonality that we have that is a cancer amongst us. It's just that self kind of hatred or distrust. You know what I mean? Which it works for good economics, like how Willie Lynch said for Caucasians. You know, the nigga's not gonna hurt nothing but his damn self and his own kind. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is really power. Knowledge itself is just knowledge. I like when the God say knowledge, knowledge. Knowledge being power, if you understand what power is knowing how to take the knowledge as a blueprint and then manifest it and turn it into a desired plan and make it tangible in a reality. It serves as an infrastructure or as a foundation for growth from that point on. You see what I'm saying? In order to do that, the liberation of the mind is step one. A lot of us are still stuck at step one collectively as a people. As far as, not to say we're not intelligent, a lot of it, there's no limit or shortage of talent and intelligence in the black community, or even resource. If you look at, according to the World Bank Atlas, or how it shows how much African Americans spend per year. You know what I mean? As far as material goods and things like that. We have one of the biggest spending powers, but one thing we have intelligent people, we have articulate people, we have people that are highly spiritual, highly faithful, highly strong. I mean, a lot of honorable, great people in our community, but the common denominator that we have is not a sense of nationalism, not a sense of collective or cohesion with ourselves as a people. You know what I mean? With the same customs, mores, vibes, the so-called, what they call African Americans. You know what I mean? We don't have that kind of thing. And so with all our wealth and of all our accomplishment and how much money we spend per year, and collectively as a people, 800 billion according to the World Bank Atlas, we don't have the power to determine our own destiny and have our own laws and have our own land and like how the Moors and all that talk, because one thing that we have is divisiveness. So no matter what we believe that makes us God, that makes us sovereigns, that makes us all of these great terms and titles of nobility, which we already are and have the property to evolve on greater levels. We have that within us, the properties to do that. You know what I mean? Because that seed is in us, and we are the seed and made in the image and likeness of the original creator of the universe. The black man is the original man. All that. However, we're collectively, you know what I'm saying, not manifesting on that level, or don't do it because we have no cultural, national cohesion with each other like other people have. We're too divided. We're so spiritual as a people. You know what I mean? That's what we claim. We're so spiritual that our belief system or spiritual systems would make us divided along a lot of lines, what makes us divided and therefore easily conquered and open for exploitation from other people outside of our culture. That's why they can have businesses and institutions in our communities. And everybody should, because of, you know, one thing about America is that you have the free market or whatever, where you can, you know, basically go and, you know what I'm saying, open enterprise, whatever, where you can go establish whatever, your business and things. But people study they study us, you know, because you can never go to a all East Indian community and just open up a soul food restaurant or just anything like that pertains to our culture, I would say, or just sell them anything, a package store, a dollar store. Not to say no one can, but if you look on the level of how many people outside of our community who don't interact with our community, don't even live in our communities, kids don't go to school, but the same kids in our communities own stores in our communities and institutions and places of business in our communities more than us. They know that we're an exploitable, viable cash cow collectively as a people because of how divided that we are. You know what I mean? The Bible even says, wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Yeah, it's not all about money, but what it means is that we need collective, pooled resources. You know what I mean, like that? And in order to do that, you have to have a national foundation of which you all collectively agree on and vote along those lines and agree upon those lines. Therefore, you have to have that kind of infrastructure and body, but we're so divided along lines where it messes with us on every level, where a sovereign people who are really a sovereign people can establish themselves as a powerful entity on the planet amongst other nations. We always fall short of that because of our divisiveness. And a lot of it is rooted in religious or theological perspectives. That supersedes or takes precedence over more critical issues, especially in a time when we are at war. And a lot of people kill me with that. I hear certain people, certain groups say, you know, certain, you know, immature, high schoolish type things like, yeah, that whole black power thing's played out. It could never be played out, because even if you're a person who is knowledgeable and you consider yourself freeing the minds of our people, when me and others, or certain others say black power, that's what we mean. It means the same thing. The root, as far as what it means, what it's geared towards doing, black and liberation, okay, which means power. If you're teaching sovereignty, if you're teaching metaphysics, no, this is the way. No, I'm teaching this is the way. No, I'm teaching Yoruba is the way. No, the Israelite is the way. If what you're teaching is teaching liberation of the mind, that's what's empowering our people. Black power only means people empowerment when I say that. I just say, since we're used to calling ourselves black and we need power, goddammit, you know we do, because we ain't got no power. You know what I'm saying? We watch shows about power and emulate that and all that. And we could have power, because when it says the kingdom is within, in the Bible, even though I don't believe in that, the kingdom is within you. Meaning, whatever you want to manifest as your ultimate destiny as a people, because you're the person who started civilization and gave discipline and knowledge and mathematics and science to the world that has evolved and has written you out of history collectively. You know what I'm saying? We can always go back to that essence of who we are if we do it the right way and collectively unify. You know what I'm saying? That's how the kingdom is within. Then we determine our outcome as a people. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I hope these debates turn into more than just debates. I'm hoping that opens just doors for people just doing more things, man, wanting to build business, networking with each other, you know what I'm saying, clicking up, exchanging information with each other when they see each other at debates and different events where we're having intellectual intercourses or engagements where we're teaching the people, you know what I mean? That's very important.